It's that time.
It is that
Yes, sir.
time.
Time to get ready for store out.
But you know what? I didn't dress for Christmas.
Well, we'll have to get you fixed up, okay?
Okay.
You know, we're getting this ready for Christmas, but really hadn't got to be Thanksgiving yet.
I know.
You know, so you kind of got your Thanksgiving outfit on right now.
I do.
That looks good. And we got to eat all the turkey. I guess we need to sing us a little Thanksgiving song right quick before we get ready for Christmas. Okay, ready? Well, turkey dinner,
Turkey dinner,
turkey dinner.
turkey dinner.
Gather around.
Gather round.
Well, gather around.
Gather round.
Well, who will eat the drumstick?
Who will eat the drumstick?
The yummy, yummy drumstick.
The yummy, yummy drumstick.
Please sit down.
Please sit down.
Everyone sit down.
Everyone sit down.
Well, cornbread dressing
Cornbread dressing
and chestnut stuffing
and chestnut stuffing
and pumpkin pie.
and pumpkin pie.
Cool Whip that high.
Cool Whip that
Well,
high.
we were all much thinner
We were all much thinner
before we ate that dinner.
before we ate that dinner.
Me, oh my, but was it ever good? Me, oh, now I think I can eat just one more slither of that pumpkin pie. Maybe just one more helping of dressing. I guess we better get rid of the turkeys. Gobble, gobble, who is that? Mr. Turkey, and he's big and fat. Gobble, gobble, what does he say? Well, please eat some ham for Thanksgiving Day. That's a
And
treat.
Christmas.
Well, let's see what else there we got to tell. We can tell the story about the turkeys. Here we go. Everybody get your turkeys ready now. There were 5 little turkeys, and they were sitting up in the tree, and the first turkey said, "Look, what do I see?" And the second one said, "There are some pilgrims with a gun." And the third one said, "We had better run." And the fourth one said, "No, let's hide in the shade." And the fifth one said, "I'm not afraid. Shoot the gun, gang." But 1, 2, 3, bang went the gun. And look at those turkeys running. Isn't that fun? And I guess for our little bitty folks, we better do 1 little, 2 little, 3 little turkeys. They like that. Here we go. You ready? Well, get your turkeys ready. Here they are. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little turkeys, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little turkeys, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little turkeys, 10 little turkeys sitting in a tree. Well, they flapped and they flapped and they flew away. They flapped and they flapped and they flew away. They flapped and they flapped and they flew away. No more turkeys in the tree today. Goodbye, turkeys.
Bye. We had such a great Thanksgiving, and I bet every one of you did too. Now we're getting ready for Christmas.
Well, we better sing dashing through the snow
In a one-horse open sleigh,
o'er the fields we go,
laughing all the way. Ha ha ha.
The bells on bobtail ring, ling, ling,
Making spirits bright.
ho, ho.
What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight.
Go,
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open
Let's make it
sleigh.
work some more. Clap your hands, clap them this away. Oh, what fun it is to sing songs on a funny day. Hey, clap your hands, clap them this away. Oh, what fun it is to sing those songs on a happy day. Woo! Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's see, do you know Rudolph?
Well, I kind of do know
Let's see,
Rudolph.
there was Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen and Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen, and who was it left?
Rudolph.
Rudolph, let's go. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, he had a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw it, well,
You would even say it glows.
and all of the other reindeer joining any reindeer games? Oh, please, kid, let me play. Go on, you old red nose. Well, then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa Claus came to say, what did he say? Rudolph, with your nose so bright, boy, I could use you to guide my sleigh tonight. And then all the reindeer loved him. Did you see Santa Claus let him guide the sleigh? As they shouted out with glee,
Yippee!
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer,
You'll go down in history.
And Rudolph was so nice. They ate him so, treated him so ugly. And you know, then Santa Claus got him and said, come on, boy, I'm going to let you guide my sleigh. And all the other reindeer said, and Rudolph was so nice, he didn't go, nah, nah, nah,
That's
nah, nah.
right.
He just said, bye, fellas, wish us luck. And he got right up there in the front and led them all dashing and dancing and said, Rudolph got to be the leader. So, but anyway, I was glad Santa Claus treated him so much.
No,
His nose
me
was
too.
really good. That's an old fun story. We'll have to have that. So.
Oh, I know.
I feel like I can talk like Rudolph real good.
Okay.
Oh, kids, let me play with y'all and then kick snow all over. I feel just like I look just like them. Well, let's see. We have got a funny story. Everybody's going to really enjoy it. It's an old-fashioned Christmas story.
Oh.
It is one of our wonderful old books from the library, The Night Before Christmas. Good gracious me. I used to read that to my boys, and somebody read that to me. What pretty pictures, aren't
They
those pretty?
are.
Yeah, there you go. Look, you want me to hold it and you read it? How about that?
Well,
Okay.
it doesn't matter.
Okay, you're a good reader. You're a better reader than me. All right, well, we better get everybody quiet. Let's do
That's
Grandma's.
right.
Grandma's.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh, Grandma's chair is rocking, and Grandpa's clock is tick, talking, and Grandma's chair will stop. It's rocking, and it's time for Grandpa's clock to quit talking. See, now you're all ready.
They're all ready. Do you want to do this story, Miss
Well,
Mattie?
okay, you got
You're
it. You show the
good
pictures,
at it.
okay? Well, it was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring. Let's say Scooter Mouse, not even Scooter Mouse. So look, there's Scooter Mouse, and they got his little wreath up over his door. That looks kind of like Scooter Mouse.
It does look like his house.
Scooter Mouse has his little Christmas tree up in his. You can see the lights a little bit, but I can't get up in there to really see. But he loves Christmas. He's celebrating. Now the stockings were hung up by the chimney with care, hoping that old St. Nicholas would soon be there. I wonder how many of you put your stockings up around the hearth, around the fireplace, or you know, you may not have a fireplace at your house, but maybe you have places to put your stocking, because then a lot of little treats can get put in there. I think Santa Claus must have so much fun putting all kind of little surprises in the stockings, don't you imagine?
Probably
I think
so.
Now the children have all gone. It looks like they've got twins in their family, a sister. And my goodness, they got a drove of kids.
They do.
Maybe that doesn't belong all to one family. I reckon not. Let's see. Well, the children were all nestled snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. Now, see, they're dreaming about all kinds of good things like that. We have to kind of tell about what this means, because it's different. It's old-fashioned. But sugar plums used to be like candy, cookies, all kind of yummy sweet stuff to eat. And look, they're just dreaming about all kind. There's a bucket of, look like a bucket of what? Cookies and
Strawberries or
yeah,
apples? I
something,
can't
yeah.
tell.
Oh, and look, cupcakes stacked up fudge. And boy, look at that, and that looks delicious. So they're dreaming about that, all the yummy things that they're going to have to eat at Christmas. Now, Mama was in her kerchief, and the daddy's telling the story, I was in my cap. And we had just settled down our brains for a long winter's nap. And you know, back a long time ago when this book was written, the houses at night got kind of cold because they had fireplaces, and sometimes the wood would burn out and the house would get kind of chilly. So mamas a lot of times would put little caps on their head to keep the head, and their daddies had a little night hat on their head, see, to keep them warm. So that's why it says Mama was in her kerchief and I was in my cap. They had just settled down for a long winter's nap. Now, he had just gotten in the bed and he said, have you ever done that? Got in the bed and got got settled real good, and all of a sudden you'll hear a little noise, and you wonder what that is. Or something. He got into bed and got settled, and out all of a sudden, now listen what happened. Out on the lawn there arose such a clatter. See, it was a noise out there. I jumped from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window, I flew like a flash, and I tore open the shutter and threw up the sash. That just means he opened the window and looked out. Oh, and he looked out, see that it was snow all outside, and the moon was shining, and he said, the moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below. That just means the moon shining on the snow made it white and bright, just like at dinner time in the daytime. So don't you know that was exciting? When what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. Wouldn't that just make your heart and your about jump right out of your chest?
Ooh.
To look out there and all of a sudden coming down out of the sky was a little sled with 8 little reindeer. This was back before Santa Claus met Rudolph.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
So, because you see, I don't see Rudolph anywhere. I don't believe he was in there. All right, now let's see. There was a little old driver, there he is up in the sleigh, and he was so lively and quick, I knew the minute I saw him it must be old Saint Nick. That's another name for Santa Claus. More rapid than eagles as coursers they came, and he whistled and he shouted and he called them by name. Now Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, on, Comet, on, Cupid, on, Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, there, dash away, dash away, dash away. All he was telling them, get up on that roof up there. He called them by name. Look, there they are, up there on top of the roof. Don't you know that was exciting? If you were away to hear that prancing and the reindeer up on the roof, oh, I bet your heart would just come out of you. Now, kind of like dry leaves that before a wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle mount to the sky, so up to the housetops, the coursers they flew with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. Now you just kind of tell what that meant. There just was a flutter and a flitter and a flutter like leaves blowing everywhere, and the reindeer just pulled on, all went up there which way and got up on the roof. Look at that one looking down, and they were looking all around. There's the moon in that pretty. There's old Santa Claus now, okay. And then, in a twinkle, I heard up on the roof, shh, the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. And as I drew in my head and I was turning around down the chimney, St. Nicholas came with a bound. Right there in front of you. Look, and there it comes down.
Uh-oh.
He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. Well, if you slid down a chimney where they had fire with soot and ashes and stuff like that, you'd be kind of dirty too. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening up his back. Look at that, he's got all the toys. And the daddy and the little dog were watching now. Look at that dog.
And the dog even has his mouth open wide, like he's
And
surprised.
look, the cat's running. That cat's scared of it.
Meow.
Okay, let's see. Now, I love this because it's talking about what Santa Claus looked like. His eyes, how they twinkled, and his dimples were merry, and his cheeks were like roses, and a nose like a cherry. He had a droll little mouth that was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump. He was a right jolly old elf, and I just laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. Now let's talk about old Santa Claus and how he looked. His eyes twinkled, so he was very, very happy. 'Cause I think if you were Santa Claus, I think you'd be awful happy. Because you'd be bringing people presents. Of course, I guess there's something you just have to leave swishes and ashes when they weren't good, and that make him feel bad.
Oh, yeah.
But most of the time, he's giving the good things. Look at him now. His little mouth was drawn up like a bow. You see the way that's shaped like that? His little mouth was like this. That was his little mouth. And then beard on his chin was as white as no boy. I wonder how long it takes him to grow that beard.
I know.
He has to take good care of it, keep it trimmed, keep it neat looking.
Right.
And probably if he eats spaghetti, if Miss Claus fixes him spaghetti, he has to be very careful not to get it all over his beard. And he had a pipe, stump of a pipe. I guess it's all right for Santa Claus to have a pipe. He held it tight in his teeth, and the smoke, see the smoke's coming out of it, went around and around his head like a Christmas wreath, a circle, you know. And there he had a broad face, and look, there's some jelly. He's showing you how his little tummy would shake if he was eating jelly. Have you ever eaten jelly and it shakes like that? Jello was shake. He was a chubby plump, like jolly old elf, and I just laughed at that. He said, I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. Now here it comes with the presents. Now, a wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. Now see, he saw that the daddy there.
Mm-hmm.
And so he looked at the daddy and he said, winked at me. You know, so the daddy didn't have to be afraid of him. Look, what a wonderful job he has. Look at that. Just
I know it.
Boy, don't you like now? A lot of those old-fashioned toys, because nowadays we would have gotten electronic stuff. But this was lots of fun. Look, there's a little doll. The girls would love that little baby train, a little cute old-fashioned train. All kind of neat toys. That must be for the baby. You know how babies like to pull things. Yeah. He spoke not a word, and he went straight to his work. And he filled all the stockings, and then he turned with a jerk and laying his finger side of his nose, giving a nod, whoop, up the chimney. That was just magic. He rose, and he sprang to his sleigh, and to his team he gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. You know, a thistle is a little weed, and if you blow it, the little white part of it, the little feathers and things just blow everywhere, and that's the way they did. They just up in the air. But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight. This is the most fun part. Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Let's say that. You ready?
Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
And let's all say, ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho.
Isn't that fun? That's an old story, and an old time that happened a long time ago, but it's what we call kind of a Christmas classic. That means that it's been around a long time and everybody loves it.
It is.
That was really good.
It's still got the old library card in there from the
an
old time.
Look at that. Let's see when it was the last time someone checked it out. Does it say?
Let's see. 1999.
My goodness, that was
December the 23rd.
somebody got rid, took it home for
1999.
Christmas, I bet. So that was 21 years ago. My goodness gracious, that's an old book. Thank you for letting us share that fun old classic with you. And I bet your mama, your daddy, and I bet you especially your grandma and grandpa will remember that. That's the nicest thing about Christmas, isn't it? All the people that we have in our life that we love. Grandmas and grandpas and neighbors and folks at the grocery store and the man at the post office and just all around people that we see. Isn't it wonderful that God gave us other people and friendship and a wonderful, wonderful Christmas spirit to love and enjoy it all? And you know, we love everybody. It seems like folks love each other more at Christmas than any other time. I guess because of the reminder that God sent baby Jesus because he loved us. So Christmas really kind of about love. Well, let's wind up with a fun song. What you think? Let's do Jingle Bells again. Ready? Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Now you come back and don't miss, because Miss Laura's got some wonderful Christmas books to read to you. And I may let Scooter Mouse let me tell his favorite story about the littlest Christmas tree.
Okay.
That's always a good story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and we'll just have a good time. So you be sure to be here, okay? And be good now, because you know what the song says. You better watch out. You better not pout. You better not cry. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming
to town.
Bum, ba, ba, bum, bum. Do, bye bye.